I will, you make up your own opinion. I've heard many different things.
About everything and everyone, so who gives a fuck?
Right.
Whether it's true, if it's a lie, if it's on TV or not, we're gonna talk shit, and it's gonna be interesting. So buckle up.
Right. And we're gonna find out if Michelle Obama is actually trans.
I was gonna say that. I don't think so. She birthed those kids. They look just like her.
She could have.
By the way,
she could have used her semen.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you a really funny story about Obama nonsense. When I was in Atlanta, I used to listen to this radio show on my way to work in the morning into Inside the Perimeter, which is like Midtown, like middle of Atlanta, the city. Like not even a third size of Queens. I think Queens has better building.
But anyway.
So there was this one episode this one morning, and this guy is like, I have this tape about this guy that's like this, I guess, gay prostitute from Chicago that apparently, or
that's what we're going to be watching.
Huh?
That's what we're watching.
Oh, really? Well, allegedly, this male gay prostitute was getting it in with Barack. And he's like, oh, Barack smokes Newports, blah, blah, blah. Talking mad shit. Yo, it was like on every radio station for like a month. But I never heard anything else about it again. And I'm like, I can see that happening. Because he's from downtown Chicago. Like, he's like in with the shameless people on Showtime. Like, that's his crew.
Well, I think that's why it's interesting. And like, here's the thing. It's like, I'm going to show the video. We'll show the videos and then we'll talk about it. But like, the reasoning of why I wanted to look into it is, I don't care if he's gay. I don't care if she's trans. It doesn't affect my life at all. The fact is, why are you hiding it? And why is all this shit being pushed right now?
Because it's in a lesson there.
No, I'm not just now. I'm saying the trans shit.
Oh, please.
And then Black Lives Matter.
Yo, they're gonna try to fucking make her run in 2028. That's why. They're gonna fucking be like, oh, Michelle, blah, blah, blah. Your chef drowned in Martha's Vineyard. Can you run for president in 2028? And she's gonna be like, why, yes, of course. Check out my fucking arms. I work out every day.
So, all right, I'm gonna watch. I've seen other videos, whether or not you like her or not, Candace Owens. She does explain it well, so that's why I picked her video. Okay. No, she's so far from dumb. It's not even funny. She's like way smarter than us combined.
And people were very surprised to hear about it, because, of course, there was a media concerted effort to suppress those stories when Barack Obama was running for president of the United States. Let's listen to what Tucker Carlson had to say about that.
In 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit. And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues.
That's a pretty...
All right, I don't know the copyright law, so let's just go back for a second, but... Oh, was I not sharing the screen with everybody? I guess I'll have to edit it in.
That's okay, because that's literally what that fucking radio recording thing was that I heard in Atlanta.
It goes on, it goes on, and they show the guy in court.
Like in the limo. Very detailed, very graphic.
I don't even care. I mean, of course I do care. You don't want your president smoking crack. Let's be real. Yeah, of course you don't want the person who's making decisions about war, taking our tax money, all of this smoking crack. Coming from somebody who's smoked crack.
Really?
Like, You probably would be better off with somebody. Really, what? I smoked crack?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Is that what you said? Really, too?
Yeah.
I don't smoke crack. Yeah, of course I've tried it. My ex smoked it like every day. It wasn't my thing. Like, kind of grossed me out. But yeah, I tried it. It's like, it's gross. It's like it's kind of like, you know, Coke. It makes you fiend for more. You know, like you don't want your president out there and like whatever. I don't care what he does. But there's things that like when you start thinking about the grand scheme of things, our streets are fucking flooded with drugs. You know, and killing people every fucking day. And the president's smoking crack. He's not going to get rid of drug deal. You know what I mean? Like that's sick. So yes, of course, this is all probably coming out because this is going to be an election, even though he's not running. So it doesn't really make sense. But I'm going to go back on to the video. Okay.
President of the United States was involved in having illicit affairs and the media was covering it up. And I'll take it a step further. I'll tell you what I heard. I heard this directly from the mouth of a Secret Service agent whose name I cannot remember, but who worked for Barack Obama and his family. And he said that while Barack Obama was in office, again, this is coming from a Secret Service agent, that they would help sneak young men into the White House. It was not a secret of sorts that Barack Obama was sleeping with these young men, and that was just a part of their job. Unbelievably, the press never found out about this, which happens sometimes. Sometimes you can actually drop off crack cocaine at the White House and they don't know who did it. So yeah, the government can be super hush-hush when they want to be. And of course, the media will help them bury those facts. But let's go backward because apparently this clip of Tucker Carlson is going viral because people had never heard it. They'd never even heard about Larry Sinclair. They never heard about his testimony. And if they did hear about it, it was dismissed. They problematized Larry Sinclair himself. And I want to be clear that Larry Sinclair has some problems. Yes, he has problems, a lot of financial ones. He's been accused and convicted of fraud, credit card fraud, things of that nature. But it's clear when he repeatedly said over and over again that he had engaged in a homosexual affair with Barack Obama. It was pretty clear when he said that he had sex with then Senator Barack Obama in Chicago. And he was willing to even host a news conference about it at the National Press Club in Washington on June 18th, 2008. So don't take my word for it.
My birthday.
Actually watch this video, which has largely been buried.
And that's the other thing is like, remember when we got into the little argument about January 6th?
Uh-huh.
There's so much stuff that I really wish I would have saved from that day or downloaded. Now, anytime I see anything that's like shocking, I download it because the way the government just like takes your shit, or not takes your shit, takes things that like, this was, I never heard of anything like this.
I was like, I'm telling you, I heard this entire story. And like I said, it was a guy and he was like a gay prostitute in Chicago and he was getting it in with Barack. Totally forgot that they were smoking crack. But like I said, limos, strip clubs, Newports, sneaking
and then it's gone
to the White House. Not surprised. Not surprised. I could totally see Barack, you know, playing for the other team when Michelle's out to Martha's Vineyard.
What are you doing?
Feeling the sticker.
Do I have to babysit you?
No, it was bothering me.
Okay, I'm going to finish.
Let me know what you think about it. Take a listen.
In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my godson, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of Five Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999, I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jagir Paramit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurnee, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar, which I believe was called Alibis. And I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I want you to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too is significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual.
First of all, I'm just taking a pause because I think there's some like rules with YouTube. What the fuck? First off, if I would never go to a senator and say I think I need a line. Would you?
No.
But I also know I sold coke that like everybody does it, especially old rich white men.
Yep. And not for nothing, if the limo driver set up this fucking meeting, I mean, not for nothing, I get, you know where it's gonna end up.
I cannot wait until you get your selfie stand. Okay. Does your finger need to be in the frame?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
I'm like your babysitter. I'm like, Anna. Also, since while we're at it, get in the center of the frame, please. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, that's better. Because it makes it hard when I do the TikTok.
During which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me.
I mean, he couldn't even buy it for the guy, but all right.
Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois. The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama.
Hey, what's going on,
Okay.
everyone? If you're tired of just...
Questions. Was it big?
I mean,
He doesn't look like he'd have a big one.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
To me, he doesn't look like he'd have a big one.
Probably not. But it might.
But
It
you
might
do
be
know
curved like a hawk.
those skinny boys, though, you know?
I know. You never know.
It's those skinny guys that always have the big old
Yep.
So let's get through this.
Do you believe him? That seems remarkably detailed. It seems that if
I mean, I believe him.
you
But
were a meaningful journalist and you were in front of him at that news conference, you could have easily.
This was literally over 10 years ago that I heard this on the radio in Atlanta. Driving to work into Midtown. Like, the worst fucking traffic you could possibly imagine. Still to this day, I fucking remember that story. As soon as he said, like, is Michelle a transsexual? I was like, yo, let me
I'll tell you why.
I know.
why I said that, but yeah, and I think that's why it's coming up, because some people are probably like, well, how come I didn't hear this story 10 years ago? They covered something like this that, you know, they do it just goes to show you can't trust the media. There's people, you know, it's right versus left. Hold on. It's like right versus left, black versus white. They want that control over us. And they spit you out this bullshit to make you dumber.
Yep.
It's like, I can't stand
I am so
people.
glad, like, that is literally a real thing, because I really, up until this moment, I didn't know if it was real. I really did not think, like, I thought that was, like, possibly, like, an act. But, yo, the guy was, like, he smokes Newports. We were in this limo. We went to this one club. Literally, I've never seen this video before in my life, Nicole. I was on my way to work in Sandy Springs.
That's
Alpharetta, going down to it. I was on 285. I'll never forget it. I didn't even want to get out of the car when I got to work because I'm like, this shit is too good.
Yeah, I
10, 12 years later.
I never heard it.
Candace
I
Owens,
will say-
I'm sorry, I still think she's a dumb bitch. But fuck, hey, man, thank you. I really
It's
cannot
crazy.
believe it.
And again, like she made a statement, and whether or not it's true or not, but about how it was known that the Secret Service would bring young men. Now, how young are we talking? Now, I'm sure it was legal, but
Was it?
what?
Is
And,
it
like-
legal to smoke crack?
No, and that's the other thing. It's
Is
like,
it
I
legal
was
to
in
buy
jail.
an 8-ball of coke?
And that's the thing right here is you
thank
have
you.
all these people filled in jail. People like me, I can't go out and get a job because I have a felony for drug charges. I didn't kill anybody or anything like that for drug charges. Do I deserve it? I think I do, yeah. But also when I see shit like this, it makes me feel like I don't deserve it. Because how come, what? Because they're on a different tax bracket, a different level?